Alright, carve out a little bit of time because I have a lot to share with you today. We have these fantastic carrots from Nash's, our local organic farmer, and people ask me what I do with them. You know, I like to eat them just straight out of the ground. They're so delicious. And I also juice them. And when I made juice the other day, I had all this amazing pulp that I decided to make crackers, and I want to share that with you today. So first of all, I'm going to juice all of these beautiful fruits and vegetables. I have apples, I have beets, regular beets, and then I also have Chioggia beets. Chioggia beets are wonderful. I have lemons, and this may look like a carrot, but this is actually turmeric. This is like the best thing that you can have to reduce inflammation in your body. So juice it. And let's see here, a few more carrots would be good. I've had this juicer for over 20 years. It works like a charm. I love it. Sometimes you say, oh, I don't want to spend the money on the equipment, but it is worth it. When you get fantastic juice like this, it's worth every penny. More turmeric, more apples, more carrots. How would you ever get this many carrots in your body? It's easy. You just juice it and drink it. Check it out. Another lemon. If you don't have beets, that's okay. Just use all carrots. And I like to put ginger in there too. Ginger is fantastic. Another apple. Another carrot. You know what? I'm just going to juice it all. This is a centrifugal force juicer. You will see how much pulp is left over at the end of it. Okay, we're almost done. A little bit more beets. So good for your liver. Check this out. Take the blade out and use a offset spatula to get all the pulp out. There is a filter in here, so you're going to see the paper filter. This is how much pulp we get out of juicing that. And you throw the paper away if this is the kind of juicer you're using. And next we're going to put this in the food processor to make it even smoother for our crackers. Take all the juice out. Wash it later. Actually, I like to wash as I go. It makes it a lot easier, and I like to keep my kitchen really super clean. Okay, now I'm going to grind up some flaxseed. When you put the flax with the cracker pulp, it makes all the crackers stick together. So you don't want to buy the powdered flaxseed if you can help it. It's really best to grind it up fresh so that it doesn't go rancid on you. And if you don't have a soya machine, you can always use a coffee grinder, or if you have that special attachment for your Vitamix, you can use that as well. But I really love to use my soya because it's just so easy. I'm going to show you how easy that is. You just press the mill button. Doesn't take that long. Okay? See, that's how long it takes. And you have freshly ground flax powder that we're going to use with our pulp to make the crackers. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to use my soya to make almond milk. And the reason I'm doing this is because I like almond milk, and I don't like to buy it in the box and all that. I like fresh, live almond milk. But what do you do with the almond pulp? you're going to throw it in the crackers. Why not, right? So what we do, and I have a whole nother video on how to make almond milk. I just want to show you about how to make the pulp. I'm going to take a quart of water, pour it in my soyabella with my different attachment here with the almonds in place. I soak them overnight so that the enzymes are live and active, and I'm going to press mill 3 times. Okay, that's 3 times. And I'm going to pull this out, set it there for now, pour out the almond milk, which is totally beautiful and delicious. Set that aside. And what do you do with all this pulp? Check it out. And this is what you have left over when you make almond milk. See? So you can use all of that pulp in your carrot crackers. It's fantastic. Okay, are you ready for the next step? Now get your food processor out. And I spent 3 months investigating all the different food processors out there. Personally, I love this one. I'll put the link below. This is a Cuisinart 14 cup, and it looks cool on my counter right next to my Blend Tech, and it works like a charm. I really love this one. And here's a little tip. With our crackers, we're going to add some garlic and some red onion. And if you don't want to chop up all this, just merely open up your food processor, turn it on, and drop it in while it's running. And that'll really chop it up. Do the same thing with your red onion. No need to get a knife out. Now we're going to put in the pulp. We're going to put in a little bit at a time, not too much. See this beautiful, beautiful carrot pulp and beet and carrot and apple? We're going to put in about that much for now. And just for a little bit of liquid, we'll put in the rest of the almond milk and the almond pulp. Perfect. There's a little bit left. That is beautiful. I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. Really, you add whatever you like. You could make these curry. I like sun-dried tomatoes in mine. Add some of those guys. That's probably enough. But I'm going to put this in too. You know what? The thing is, you can always add more. It's really smart to just put in a little bit and then taste it. This should taste good before you dehydrate it. And if it doesn't taste good before you dehydrate it, it's not going to taste good after you pull it out of the dehydrator. So keep testing as you go. And I'm going to put in the flax powder. Beautiful. And you can see this is a little bit thick, so I'm just going to add in some of the juice that I made. I'm going to drink the rest. But if you make your crackers a little bit more on the moist side, they're going to dehydrate a lot better. And you want to scrape down the sides from time to time. God, this looks awesome. I'm going to put in more. I'm going to put in all of the pulp. See how that goes. And mix it in with a little bit more juice. And also, I like to use Dr. Furman's Matzo Zest. This is just a blend of a lot of different spices. Really jazz it up a little bit. So this is the consistency we have now. And I'm going to add in just a little bit more juice. You could add in orange juice if you want, you know, apple juice, lemon juice. One of the many things they taught us at the culinary school was just to taste as you go. Oh yeah. That is really, really fantastic. So play around with it, have fun with it, be your own little alchemist in your kitchen. Turn one thing into another thing, and you don't have to waste anything. Okay, so here's the dough. Isn't that fantastic? If you want orange crackers, just leave it all carrot, but I like the beet fleck in there. Red crackers are really cool. Okay, so you take the blade out. You get all this beautiful pulp. This is going to make so many crackers. It's going to last you a long time. And the thing about these crackers are just nutrient dense. They're not like the ones you buy in the store. They're going to be live with the enzymes all active. Now you see, if you would have taken that pulp right out of the juicer, it just wouldn't be as smooth. So it's nice to put it in the food processor so you get a smooth consistency. Lovely. Okay, now we're going to put it on the dehydrator sheet. I have an Excalibur. The Excalibur comes with a mesh sheet, but we're going to put it on the Teflex sheet because otherwise it'd run through, right? Okay, so now we're going to spread it out onto the Teflex sheet, and you can just either use your hands, or sometimes what I like to do is put another sheet on it and then just roll it out with my magic wand. Gets it more even. See, that's pretty cool. Spread it around. This is like the perfect consistency here. It's so easy to spread. And I'll be able to make probably 3 sheets with all this pulp that I had just from making one juice. Just from making this juice. I mean, we used a little bit of it. We used some of it in the pulp, but not that much. So look at all this pulp you get. All these crackers. You can go buy these in the store, or you can make them out of something that a lot of people just throw away. Okay, spreading this mixture should be more like a Zen type experience. And the energy you put into these crackers will be the energy you take into your body. So you want to do it with love. You want to do it with gratitude. I really do have gratitude for the farmers who grow this food. I mean, I know them, and I know that they put a lot of care into it. And that means a lot to me. They don't use any harmful chemicals. They're very good stewards of the land. Okay, you don't have to get the edges totally perfect unless you're a perfectionist, which I have given up. So I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to start to score them. This will make it easier for them to break apart and make individual crackers. You can make these as big or as little as you like. These crackers are fantastic to put a little bit of avocado, maybe tomato, maybe some sprouts on them, and you have a fantastic meal or a snack. Okay, so I'm going to put these in the dehydrator at about 115 degrees. And after these dry for maybe, depending on your climate, maybe 6 hours or so, you'll be able to put this mesh sheet on top, and then you're just going to flip it over like that, and then you're going to take the Teflex sheet off because it just is easier to dry the bottom when they're dry enough to put on a mesh sheet. Okay, so these are some crackers I made last week, and this was straight carrot juice. So they're gonna look something like this. And they are super delicious. Of course, these are gonna be red because they have the beets in them. Here's a couple other ideas. If you don't have a dehydrator, or even if you do, I don't like to dehydrate it all. I like to use some just raw like it is. So here you go. You know, if you had some endive, romaine works really good. Just wrap it up. If you had some sprouts, that would be really awesome in here too. That is so good. And it feels so healthy and so fresh and so colorful. I could just sit here and eat this all day, but I won't. I will be back to the video now. Okay. So another thing I like to do, and that is to make not only crackers, but you can make these round bread-like things. These were made with carrot juice, pulp. Carrot pulp, I should say. And how I did that was I used the Wonder Cup. I got this down at the Living Light Culinary Arts Institute, and they have an online store where you can get this. And simply, you can make them as thick as you like. You take your handy-dandy spatula, and you put some of the pulp mixture inside here, and you make it nice and smooth. And then you simply flip it upside down and you pop it out. And sometimes it just falls off like that, and other times you got to help it a little bit. And you just continue to do that. It's really very easy. Once you get in the habit, you know, of this, you just put it in as much as you like, round it off, flip it over, and pop it out. Ta-da! Cool, huh? When you make them this thick, you see how thick these are? You want to start it a little bit higher, like 135 degrees for a couple hours, just so you don't get bacteria in there. So after a couple hours at 135, just turn it back down to 115. You're going to be set. And I hope you decide to make something with that pulp. At the very least, compost it, right? I used to throw this stuff away. I am guilty. But there's just so many things you can do with it. You can make some really delicious crackers, some little bread things, or just have it raw. And taste it as you go. If you like a little bit more onion powder, if you like a little bit more spice, add it. Now's the time to do that before you dehydrate it. And if you don't like them quite that thick, just take a Teflon sheet, put it on top, and roll a rolling pin or like my magic wand. Either one will work. And then you will have some really cool little like round pizza crust. Raw. Delish, man. You're going to love this.